show seen throughout Australia on the National 9 Network. And now, here's Don!
Howdy. Hi, they say hi anyway, they don't. Anyway, welcome to the show. You like this outfit? This suit? Yes. We're doing a number later, that's why I have it on. I told them I wanted a cowboy outfit, and it was either this or Channel 10. Hey, listen, you'll have to forgive me if I seem like if I look a little tired tonight. I got to bed very late last night. I went to this party, a friend of mine invited this party on a boat here that's moored down here. What a night, and what weird people. One lady kept insisting she was the Queen of England. Well, I'll tell you what, tonight you're going to be entertained by some of the best. First of all, the world's foremost female impersonator, who is one of England's greatest entertainers, Danny LaRue, will be here. We'll have a good time with him. Danny has many characters that he does. He's going to be doing Marlene Dietrich for us tonight, and then we'll get to chat to him after that. So, you know, it'll be nice. You'll see that. And you're also going to meet, and I love this guy, the ever-intriguing and unpredictable and very talented recording star. And this guy is strange, but he's a beautiful person as well. Tom Waits. Don't explain it. That lady just turned to the fellow over there and said, "Who's Tom Waits?" She just... Now, the last time Tom Waits was on the show, because of his weird nature, the station received hundreds of phone calls from outraged viewers who claimed that he was either boozed or on dope. That's what they did. Honestly, we had 200-something phone calls. Now, all I've got to say is that only an hour ago, I had a long chat with Tom. And my conclusion is, the number to call is 429. We are currently... All right, that's it. We're currently playing host to 41 heads of Commonwealth governments, and security is all around us. And tonight we're going to be taking a look at a special course for drivers that's designed for protecting businessmen and politicians against terrorist attacks. And wait till you see some of the driving they have to do. And singer-songwriter, poet, and all-round romantic and humanitarian, Rod McEwen joins us tonight. Okay, thank you. Listen. Stay in your happy mood. It'll be a big show. I've got a country number to do for you now. So if you'll all just shout, "Yeehaw!" Yeehaw! Perfect. Then put your hands together. Here we go. Yes, look out.
Way down in southern West Virginia lived a girl they called Imogene. Now her old man died. He left her all his money. He was a coalfield king. Now Imogene told me, if you be my husband, I'll dress you in patent leather shoes. Hello, good times, goodbye rambling, so long down and out blues. Now mama, she told me, don't marry for money. She may act just like the queen. She may be rich, but there's always a hitch. She can talk sweet, but still be mean. Now, buddy, I know, don't you marry for dough. But remember when I didn't have any? Well, I'm telling you, sonny, if you marry for money, you're gonna earn every penny. Now Imogene, she never took her hair down. She just loafed around all day dressed in her slip. I couldn't drink beer or smoke my cigar. She was so good at cracking that whip. Now Imogene's half Indian, half bulldog, and I'm just a coyote howling. Cause she's either on the warpath or sitting around the house stretched out on a tail end and growling. Now breakfast in bed ain't so bad for your head if you're laying there enjoying the snack. But it ain't so much fun if you're the one carrying while she's propped up in the sack. Oh, now buddy, I know, don't you marry for dough. You'd be better off with holes in your shoes. Well, I'm gonna run, being rich ain't no fun. Hey, Judge, won't you give me back? Judge, won't you give me, hey, hey, Judge, won't you give me back my blues? Whoa! Oh, I'm gonna run, being rich ain't no fun. Hey, Judge, won't you give me back my blues?
How about a hand for all my kids back there? Hope they do a great job. You got it. Should give a hand to the girl singers, too. They all had to sing like crazy. That's the fastest their mouths have moved in about a year, I think. It was lovely. Listen, before we go into our first commercial break, our own Pete Smith, of course, as you all know, is great with kids. And he's gone out once again against the pre-puberty set, or amongst the pre-puberty set, to ask some questions. Here's the results.
Elizabeth, what do you hate most about grown-ups?
Well, because they yell at children.
Do they always yell? And what do you do about that when that happens?
Well, I just go to my bedroom.
Nicholas, who is Franco Cozzo?
Franco Cozzo is a man who sells furniture in North Melbourne and it's great. Se mesmo comprare da Franco Cozzo l'identare in North Melbourne and it's great.
Sarah, what sort of work does the Prime Minister do?
Well, I suppose he helps people and he organises all the money to spread out everywhere.
But everybody seems to be going crook at him.
Yeah, probably because he's not spending the money the right way.
You don't think he is?
I don't know, because I'm not really into politics.
You're not? You don't think you'll get into them when you get older?
No way.
No? Why not?
Boring.
What does the Prime Minister do all day?
Sits down in his chair, collects taxes.
Zoe, what do you hate most about grown-ups?
I tell you everything.
What do they do? Give me an example.
They tell you off,
What else?
and they make you cry sometime.
Yes. Mum and Dad going to have any more babies?
No.
Why not?
Oh, because Daddy had an operation.
Only Pete Smith would get him to talk like that. We'll be back with Danny LaRue. Hang in there. Gonna be a good night, I promise. Thank you very much and welcome back. When it comes to lavish production and flair and fun, there are few who do it better than the world's foremost female impersonator, Danny LaRue.
How I love you, all know what I'm famous for. I'm 64, but look 16.
Baby, loves you.
Bye-bye now for me, little Teddy.
Auf Wiedersehen. Magdalena.
I have to fly now, cause heavens above.
Well, Danny LaRue is back in Australia with another of his shows featuring his repertoire of famous ladies. And he's going to be chatting with us a little later because it takes him an awful long time to get made up for these characters that he does. So he's first up with us tonight. And here he is with his version of one of the all-time motion picture greats, Marlene Dietrich. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny LaRue. Here.
I can't bear
maestro. Underneath the dryer, see my golden hair. They comb it and they curl it while I sit over there. And my sculptured body's made of foam. It stays right here, then I go home. The best is artificial, the rest of it's my lame. But see what the best plastic surgeon can do. Not easy, but he persevered. Yes, see what the best plastic surgeon can do. He lifted my tum. He lifted my bum. He lifted my thighs right up to my eyes. Next year I'll be wearing a beard. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And now I would like to sing a little song I sang many years ago in the barracks in front of many a high-ranking officer. And most of them ranked very highly indeed. Falling in love again, what am I to do? The boys all join the queue, they can't do. I'm loved by all the men, when they hear me call, they climb up the wall, they can't do. My voice so husky excites its origin. I keep it husky by gargling with vim. Lifting my face again, pulling up my skin. This is not my chin, it's my kneecap. Father, where have all the big stars gone? Long time passing, Bogart, Gable, everyone, long, long ago. The screen today is full of tarts, cocky boys with tiny farts. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? But look at me, nearly 83, and oh my God, I'm dying for a pee. I've had so many facelifts in the town. As my hat jumps up, my knickers fall down. But I keep going. I'm still a killer. This isn't makeup, it's polyfiller. Yes, old Marlena, she just keeps rolling along with the same.
Danny LaRue. Danny LaRue, and his shows are filled with all sorts of characters like that. I tell you, we'll be telling you more about his shows, and we will talk to him later in the show when he comes in. He'll just sit down here. We'll have a chat when he can get back to being Danny LaRue again. The last time Tom Waits appeared with us, his unusual style and sense of humor lit up our switchboard for about an hour after the show, and not all with compliments either. But his concerts filled up, his albums continued to sell with great success, and he's gone from strength to strength. However, his unpredictability has remained unchanged, and how he'll be with us tonight, who knows? I don't know about you, but I'm really glad to see him again, because I think he's a heck of a talent. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Waits, say hello. How you going? Well, it's really terrific to see you again.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you.
Good. Saw you for a short time this afternoon. I'm sorry, I don't mean to digress immediately as you come out here, but Bert Newton has a pair of shoes exactly like those. With the points on the front. That's terrific.
$14.99, Philadelphia.
$14.99. It sounds like a good price. What about, do you know we had over 280 phone calls about you the last time you were on here? I mean, that was, what, 2 years ago, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that you had some complaints, and I want to apologize for that.
Oh, we didn't have any complaints. I mean, I guess they were complaining. They said they thought you were on something, but you weren't, because that's just you.
I was surprised.
In America, you get this reaction, but of course they're used to it over there, I suppose.
Actually, I don't perform a lot on television in the United States.
You don't do any talk shows, Tom?
It's very rare that I make an appearance on a television program.
Hmm. Is there a reason for that?
No, it's just it makes me feel rather uncomfortable in the United States because I live there. And,
how is it, by the way? Is it still there? United States, I mean.
Still there.
It's up there, yeah, sure, it's still there. Any thoughts about Ronald Reagan or anything like that?
No thoughts at all.
You're not politically oriented. No. I see. You quit smoking, I understand.
It was a real challenge for me.
How many cigarettes were you smoking a day?
I was a very heavy smoker, but I think in order to quit successfully, you have to feel as though you're superior to those who do smoke. And so I've managed to quit, and I feel like a good American. And
when you quit, I have to wait and see when I can come in here. When you quit smoking like that, did it affect you at all? I mean, did it make you...
It interrupts your rhythm a lot.
How did you know that your rhythm was being interrupted?
Well, when you rely on something like that, it's also it's hard to give it up. I've been smoking since I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
So it was a little rough.
Did you get nervous at first? Or
Sure, it's like giving up food.
Yes. I had a horse once that I tried to train to go without food, and I just about got it there, and it died. Really weird. Sorry about that. I couldn't resist. You're working on a movie at the moment. I've seen your movies, by the way. You were in Paradise Alley with Sylvester Stallone.
Small role.
Small role, yeah. Well, you played piano. You sang a couple of lines in that.
I did, yes. I wrote a few songs for the film, but there was an edited version that was released on television, and I wasn't in there much.
Mm.
Is that yours? Or?
No, that's yours. That was there for you.
Oh,
It's only water.
Thank you.
Well, it's okay. It's my pleasure. Water's free, and it's a good vintage then. Yesterday. Nice. Tom got married recently. How long ago did you get married?
I've been married 13 months.
If I remember correctly from the things I read, you lived alone in the same hotel room for something like 7 or 8 years?
I I did live in a hotel for quite some time. In fact, a considerable amount of time I spent in a hotel. But that's when I was single and
So obviously being married has changed your lifestyle, Tom.
to a degree, yeah. I think. Are you married?
No. Is this a proposal? I don't know. No, I was just asking. No, I'm not married, and a lot of people wish I was. Sometimes I wish I was. What, has it changed you a lot, do you think? Or?
You'll find out.
When my turn comes, I'll find out, huh? Yeah.
And I think it's become a very important part of my life. I married a 14-year-old island girl, and we're very happy together.
You married a 14-year-old island girl? Yeah. Yes. And you're very happy?
I actually rescued her from the jaws of an active volcano.
Well, they were just about to sacrifice her then, were they?
He's one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet.
Oh, this? Okay, well. You gave up liquor, too?
No, I enjoy a little wine with supper now and a nice sherry before retiring.
You never talked like this before, Tom. I mean, you never said things like a nice sherry before retiring and all that. You know, I mean, this is a...
Well, we really didn't have a chance to talk on that level, I think, the last time we were together. But, in fact, we were enjoying a sumptuous Cabernet prior to the program this evening.
What year?
I believe it was a 77, one of your local Australian wines that we were enjoying.
77.
A nice bouquet. Light, dry, flavorful.
Did you know which part of the valleys it came from, or?
Well, we've actually found that the Australian wines are superior to the New Zealand wines. I believe this was a McWilliams.
McWilliams. Nice. You're going to sing for us in a little while. We're going to take a break first, and then you're going to go over there and sing. And I think I'd like to tell people about your dates, where you're going to be. Do you know where you're going to be?
I believe I'm doing about, I think about 17 concerts we have lined up. And I don't have the itinerary.
Oh, we got here. Sydney this Saturday and Sunday, Brisbane Tuesday, then Adelaide and Perth. And Melbourne, they've added a fourth show down here. And October the 21st, tickets on sale from tomorrow. If you've never seen him on stage, it's quite an exciting experience. He is, I mean it, he is really wonderful. You think because he's low-key now. He gets out there and you really give it to him, don't you, out there?
I really give it to him.
Yeah, I thought you. We'll be back in a minute. Tom Waits is going to sing. Thank you. Tom Waits is back there. He's set up with some of the musos that are with him. These are some of the fellows that work with him. He's working on a score at the moment for a Francis Ford Coppola movie, and he's been working very hard on it. This song that he's going to do for us now is off of his new album. It's called Mr. Siegel, and it refers to Bugsy Siegel, who was the famous gangster in the United States. As you know, Tom's songs are always about people that move in those circles in those areas. Anyway, here he is, Tom Waits and Mr. Siegel. Yeah.
Across the street from a Catholic church. Pen wrapped up my revolver, buttoned up my burgundy shirt. I shot the morning back with my Red Wings on. Told the sun he better go back down. If I can find a book of matches, I'm on to burn this hotel down. You got to tell me devil leaves his porch light on. Now Will is knocked out on a bottle to eat, driving dangerous curves, crossing dirty sheets. When the picture wound up, the parents are gone. Men on the hill when the sirens are high. Tell me, how brave captain, while the wicked so strong. How do the angels get to sleep when the devil leaves his porch light on? That ain't a broken bottle that I picked up in my headlights on the other side of the Nevada line. That's where we live or die young, have a good-looking corpse every time. Now that nigga's knocked out from the bottle, driving dangerous curves, crossing dirty sheets. Now when the bitch is wound up, the parents are gone. Man, you ought to hear when the sirens on out there tell brave captain, why are the wicked so strong? How do the angels get to sleep when the devil leaves his porch light on? How do the angels get to sleep when the devil leaves his porch light on? How do the angels get to sleep when the devil leaves his porch light on?
Tom Waits. How do the angels get to sleep when the devil leaves his porch light on? Only he would come up with a lyric like that. Say hello to Bertram. He's here with some things. How do the angels get to sleep?
What a beautiful line, isn't it just
How do
lovely?
the angels get to sleep when the devil... How are you, Bert?
I'm fine, thank you.
You joined the lodge again, I see.
Yes, you did, the old pups. Matter of fact, this is the first of the new and unusual products I have to show you this evening, Don, and they're football hats, and you can get them in all sorts of league colours and so forth. They're available from Children's Palace in Footscray, and they're only $6.
The fun is you have to take this off now, don't you?
No, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it. You don't mind, do you?
I think that's wonderful. What, do they have them in all sorts of...
At the moment, I think it's only the Maggies and the Tigers, I think. Oh, Don, it's not commonly known, but you do have a relatively bad back, don't you?
But not relative. Sometimes I fall asleep on my couch and it makes it hurt.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll tell you what I've got for you. This is called a pack heat, and it really is a magnificent idea. Let me just find out where we... Oh, yeah, here we go. You've just got to tear this like so, take it off the pack. That's the easy part.
Yeah, that was the first part. First part is to take it out of the plastic package.
Oh, tell us about the pack.
So you take it out of the package and then you do it right.
Now, well, just hang on a sec.
Yeah.
And...
I would imagine, could I guess?
Yeah.
I would imagine that what
You've
you
got
would
to break
do is...
that along there, you see.
You'd probably, yeah, what you'd probably do is...
Please let me do it.
I'm just-
It's the only spot I've got. Well, hang on a sec.
What about that one?
Wait on.
Well, you want me to make
How
it-
would you have done it had you had this box?
If I would have had it, I would have said, well, maybe what we should do is grab it on either side of this like this, here.
Please, God, make him not be able to do it.
And
Please,
separate
God.
it like that, see?
Oh, yeah. No, it's
That's
mine.
it, yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
No,
right.
it's separated.
Oh, it's mine, it's mine. Give me
Want you
it.
to open one for me, Don, very quickly. And what you do, you just hold it in your hands like so.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, it becomes very, very warm. And what it works as is a hand warmer. It lasts for 10 to 15 hours.
Great on a cold day at the footy.
Yeah, now if you've got a bad back, what you do is whack it there, wherever your back is sore, perhaps a cold day at the footy, as you say.
How
will
long
get
does
warm.
it take before it gets warm?
That's the only problem, about 3 days.
Oh.
No, it does. It takes about, I would say, well, it's getting warm now. Mine's getting warm. Is yours warm?
I don't know. You touch mine and I'll touch yours.
Okay. Yours is very cold. Yeah, and they're $1.25 each. Look, as a matter of fact, for all people watching the show, all farmers watching in the country, why not buy 4 for the sake of the cows over winter, eh? Wouldn't they just
I
love
could
that?
feel it.
See, it's getting warm.
Yes, it is.
A great idea.
Well, then
I'll take
put it
a couple
back
of
there
bites.
for a minute and tuck it in. And
Well,
see
you
what
let me know at the wheel exactly how it feels.
Okay.
Don, I'll do this very briefly because it's quite a serious new and unusual product. It's a walking stick for people who are a little concerned about walking at night. Can we
Yeah.
just drop the lights just for a sec, please? Now,
Oh.
you see the light go on?
Yeah.
And that helps people getting along the road or down the alleyway or whatever at night.
Also helps people to see you.
Yeah, well, exactly,
Yeah,
yes.
right,
And
yeah.
it's very, very good for muggers because they know exactly where you are.
Right. Yeah.
And as you walk along. No, I think it's a very practical idea, isn't it?
I think it's excellent.
Last but not least, this is my piece de resistance. This is my talking calculator. And I want you to have a careful look at it first up. Now, it looks just like an ordinary calculator, except it is quite magnificent. Let me show you something. Well, hang on a sec.
4 equals 5.
Right?
Fantastic.
Yep, now.
Here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. Times 5, 4, 7, 8, 5. Equals 2, 2, 5, 9. 0, 5, 9, 4, 7, 5.
Now, this is in actual fact,
Yeah.
it is a magnificent. It's particularly good for people who have to do a lot of accountancy or whatever at home or even in the office. What they can do, you know how you're going through sheets and things, you're going like that so far with your calculator. You don't really know whether it's happening or not. But here, you see, you get a check. For example, I'm saying 12.
1, 2,
1, 2.
4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right. Now, you might want to, or for example, let me divide something. What about dividing?
1 over 0 equals error.
Equals what?
Hang on a sec, hold on.
Here.
That's the Japanese version. Is that? Okay. Just hang on a sec, hold on.
5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7.
What do you want to do? Multiply or divide or what?
Why don't you divide, I don't know what.
1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 7, 9, 6, 3, 2, 1.
Divide 10 by 3.
5, 6, 8, 2, 7, 5, 3, 3, 9.
He must be a very small person to be able to get in there and work it out. So, and very clever.
Divide 10 by 3.
10 by 3.
1, 0
Right. By 3?
Yeah.
over 3 equals 3.3333333.
Hang on a sec. Let's check that.
3.33333.
Yes.
Now, that is magnificent. At the moment, it's manufactured by National Panasonic. It's
it's
not available here in Australia, but I think it's going to revolutionise the calculator
Absolutely.
business.
And no, also, the thing is, too, that the answer comes up instantaneously as it does in the readout, but with the voice as well. That's just an astounding thing.
Yeah, I'll just go through the things it can do.
Memory plus. Memory minus. Memory recall. Memory clear.
It doesn't do that one very well.
Times equals.
I think you got it clear.
Minus 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 6, 7, 2.
We'll be back with Jim Marcotte.
Yeah, if you have any new and unusual products, this is the address: New and Unusual Products, Channel 9.
Do this on your chest.
Bendix
This is really hot now.
in Richmond.
Weird. You people are weird. With Chogam taking place here in Melbourne, we've all become very conscious of the security that's needed to keep people in the public eye safe. Anyone living near the city down here has become all too familiar with the sound of helicopters overhead and police checks at hotels and traffic being redirected. I got redirected to the channel this morning. I ended up in Nunawading. And no one was there. Our next guest tonight, Jim Marcotte, is an ex-racing car driver who runs a highly specialized anti-terrorist driving course for drivers or people who work professionally as drivers, designed to help safeguard anyone who's likely to be a potential target of attack. The actions that they should take, what they should do, and how to do them is what he teaches them. Anyway, we can find out a lot more about it if we get him out here. So would you say hello to Jim Murcott? Here you go. Well, I've sort of explained briefly what it's about. Jim, what's the reason for this course? Why would you start classes in this particular...
Because there was a demand for it. There's a lot of danger in people being caught for ransom, a lot of criminal activity in grabbing very important people, and there's a need to protect those people, either teaching them or their chauffeurs how to provide that safety.
When I first heard about you coming on and I talked about it, it didn't even dawn on me how many times things happen around cars. President Reagan got shot on his way to his car. Of course, President Kennedy. I then started listing down the different people with cars, and there's an awful lot takes place around it. You know, you're very right in that.
Well, we had 2 deaths in Sydney. The Turkish diplomat and his aide were shot dead just on Christmas last in Sydney.
And of course, in places like Italy, it's become like the sport to catch not only high-ranking political officials, but to catch just affluent businessmen, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, and their children and their wives and their family.
Yeah. All right, well, what do you teach now? What are the different aspects of the course?
Well, it's a 4-day program, and we start off with some pretty basic advanced driving in teaching the drivers how to handle a simple emergency, how to drive defensively, and that's what comes in on our more basic courses. But then we go into country areas and away from people and away from the cameras, and we teach these guys really to be a cross between a racing driver and a stunt car driver. And it's pretty hard work, and there's a lot of discussion and films and lectures and quite a lot of driving.
We're going to look at an example here in just a second, but before we do, where does all of this training come from you? The knowledge, I mean, for this.
Well, the requirement for it came up about 15 months ago. I got some requests to run these sorts of courses. I did a lot of research. I went to America about 14 months ago and spent 6 weeks there and involved this sort of research while I was there at that time. And it's developed very well from there.
Okay, well, here's one of your exercises, one of the things that you teach, and we can have a close look here. Here we go. Now, what are we doing here?
Well, this is what they call in America the bootleg turn, where the car spins around 180 degrees and then recovers and drives off in the opposite direction without a stop.
Right.
That's if you're coming up to a roadblock or somebody's going to block the road and leap out and attack the driver or the passenger, and you have to flick the car around 180 degrees and then head off in the opposite direction so that you've at least got a start.
Right, and you've also got a surprise element here, I suppose, because a terrorist or anyone else that we're going to try and do something like that, they wouldn't expect you to be able to do that fast.
Indeed, if you get a driver who's untrained and not aware of the problems and not looking for the problems, it can take about 30 seconds for his managing director to be caught and taken away.
Well, I suppose even in that instant there, that would have meant that if he hadn't done that spin, they would have been out of the car and on them in a second.
Yeah, if you can only prolong the time that the capture's going to take, well, you know, like a 3-minute chase up the middle of Burke Street would soon have half of the Russell Street force on their heels in the street, and you've got some safety
certainly
there.
would. Let's take a look at the next example now that we got here.
Here we are, where we've been blocked in behind a car and the assailant jumps out, so we back up in reverse very quickly, flick the car around and then proceed off in a forward gear without the car really stopping. It's fairly hard work inside the car, as you can see.
Right.
Select a forward gear and chase off in the opposite direction.
Of course, during these chases, there are other things they're supposed to do as well, aren't there? I mean, it's not just the driving.
No, that's just 2 little stunts that are part of the action. But it's really hard work, and there's a lot of thought goes into it. And we'll have to train the drivers what to look for, how to go about it, even how to prepare their car, how to park their car, where to park the car.
What are the other things they do? I mean, is it things like, do they, beeping the horn?
Yeah, well, you can...
yelling for help, I suppose. I don't know.
Well, you could attach a siren to the car if you were really serious about it, and flick the siren. That would attract attention, because attracting attention to the danger situation is very important indeed, and attracting that sort of help. But yes, laying on the horn, all that sort of thing.
And this course is recommended by the Crime Prevention Bureau, but what kind of people come to you? Is it just professional drivers, or is it an average guy as well?
Well, chauffeurs mainly from the banks and the multinational companies, and also their executives, who do a lot of driving themselves. And it's quite fun to see the Mercedes-Benz and the LTDs and the Statesmans whizzing around the track, because we teach them to be really high-performance drivers at the same time.
Right, and this is an evasive action they're taking here, isn't it?
Yes, drivers really have a problem when it comes to close proximity driving, and here we show how just a fairly basic manoeuvre, but something that's a lot harder than it looks. And we show the drivers how to keep in close contact with the pursuant, and then how to get him off the road. And if it was for serious there, that yellow Commodore would be off on the grass and heading across towards the fence in very quick time.
Well, thanks for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you, Don.
You've been very enlightening for me as well. Thank you. Jim Murkoff. We'll be back. Rod McEwen's got a song. We're going to talk to him, and don't forget, we've got a lot more show for you. Hang on, we'll be back. Thank you very much. Rod McEwen would have to be, it's my own assessment, the ultimate romantic. I'm sure there's many of you out there who have found or who have a fond or romantic memory of some Rod McEwen song or poem or some time that you spent when that music was playing. Lately he's been spending more and more time in Australia, and it's nice to catch up with him on this show. He's here with his brand new single. It's called The Folks Who Live on the Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, Rod McEwen.
Someday we'll build a home on a hilltop high. You and I, shiny and new, a cottage two can fill. And we'll be pleased to be called the folks who live on the hill. Someday we may be adding a thing or two, a wing or two. We will make changes as any family will. We will always be called the folks who live on the Our veranda will command a view of meadow green, the kind of view that seems to want to be seen. When the kids grow up and leave, we'll sit and look at that same old view, just we two, Darby and Joan. We used to be Jack and Jill, the folks who like to be called what they have always been called, the folks who live on the hill. When the kids grow up and leave, we'll sit and look at that same old view, just we two, Darby and Joan, who used to be Jack and Jill. folks who like to be called what they have always been called, the folks who live on the hill.
That's lovely.
That's pretty nice.
You got a lot of people like you there.
Terrific.
Here, you can wipe your brow off if you want to. Look like you're wearing
You have great audiences.
Oh, they're terrific.
And Jeff,
The
he's
fact,
a fantastic conductor.
the fact that we trained them with chairs and whips over 7.5 years has nothing else to do with it. You know? Oh, you got new sneakers.
Well, these are not new. These are old. I found these in the back.
Back of
Way
what?
in the back of the closet. I got a lot of sneakers, and these are in the back, and I thought I'd wear them because they'd never been to Australia.
Oh, is that right?
Well, some of my other sneakers have been to Australia a lot, you know, but these never come here, you know.
They tell me you've got a big collection of sneakers. Is that right?
Yeah, quite a few. And, you know, fans send them to me, and also sneaker makers send them to me, you know. And
Manufacturers, you mean?
Oh, it's terrible. And they want you to endorse them. So I have a form letter that says, "Thank you very much for your gift."
Oh, right, yes.
That's not to the fans. That's only to the these people who want you to endorse their sneaker.
How come you're spending more and more time over here now? I mean, it seems every time I turn around, Rod McEwen is here. Not that I mind, or not that anyone else minds, I suppose, but I mean, just
Well,
the...
you know what it's like. I mean, you're a Yank.
Hmm.
I mean, I get Australian fever. I mean, it's an incredible place. To me, when I was a kid, I grew up in American West and did a lot of kind of things. And it seems to me that this is really the last frontier. You're talking about a country that's the size of the United States with a population the size of California. And I once drove across Australia, and in 2.5 days I didn't meet anybody. It was terrific. No, it was. I mean, it was really nice because I love getting out to the outback, and I'm going to come back here for a tour soon. And I'm going to do things like Alice Springs. I'm going to do I don't know, the Barrier Reef and things like that.
Alice Springs is not so remote anymore. They got a big casino.
Not
and the
anymore,
Federal
exactly.
hotels have a big casino. What is this supposed to? This is very un-Rod McEwen here. This.
Well,
what is that in a dinner
I
suit?
know. Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
It's my 208th album.
Tell me the truth. You took this from the top down, but you had sneakers on under the bottom, right?
I did have sneakers on.
Yes,
yeah.
I figured you
But
did.
what I did is I did an album of other people's songs. You know, people like Jerome Kern, who wrote the last song that you just heard, and Oscar Hammerstein, Cole Porter, Irving Berlin. I figured I'd done enough of my own songs. It was about time I did somebody else's songs, and the idea was that they should be presented in a nice way, you know, an elegant way, and so I ought to dress up for it.
You're going to be so you're going to be around for a while, eh?
I'm coming to the Moomba Festival.
Really?
Yes.
It's the beginning of next year. That's
With
fantastic.
my mate my conductor from Great Britain has immigrated to Australia, Arthur Greenslade. Great conductor, great guy.
I thought John Laws was your conductor.
No, John Laws is one of my mates, but not my conductor. It's strange because it's very inbred society here. You know, I have a gold mine that I bought with John Singleton.
He needs it now. He just lost a $250,000
I know, exactly.
bet.
But the problem is we're going to have to use Lawsie's money to develop the mine because
Where is this gold mine?
Singo lost the bet, so he no longer has the $250,000 it would have taken. So it's very confusing. And the mine is up in Hill End. I did a documentary there last year on the new Australian gold rush.
Yeah. Did you find any gold?
No comment.
No comment.
I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to say?
No, you got
With
enough
gold
gold.
prices running up and down. I mean, you know, they have Black Monday here and
Yes.
Blue Tuesday and Red Wednesday. And, you know, I mean, if you say that you found gold or something, it might trigger Vermilion
Thursday. I don't
Listen,
know that.
have a nice day. Stay here and create more things here.
Don, it's wonderful to be here. Great to be not only in this in Australia, but great to be here and great to be on your show again. And
It's good to
I'm
see
looking forward to come out and see you again doing Mumba.
You'll be back soon.
Maybe we can do a duet then.
Mumba's the beginning. You want to sing with me?
Can we do a duet?
It's a deal. During Mumba Week, we'll
You
sing
got it.
together, I promise you. Okay? Bob McEwen, everybody. When we come back, Danny LaRue's going to talk to us. And we got the wheel yet. Hang in there. We got a lot more. Thank you very much. You saw Danny LaRue in fine form earlier as Marlene Dietrich. Now let's meet the man himself. Welcome back, Danny LaRue. Here you go. See that? That's right. See that?
Like
Anyone
being home, isn't it?
Anyone who wears a mauve shirt deserves a round of applause.
With my dialogue, it has to be mauve.
You're getting grayer and more distinguished looking as the years go on.
Yes. I wear age like a glove, Marlene said.
Yes.
Yes, you pull it on and hope it fits.
You did Marlene Dietrich actually for the Prince of Wales in a special show.
Just before the wedding, really, about 8 weeks ago to be
Oh,
precise.
here we are. Here, yes.
That was a very nice night because it had two marvellous things. First of all, it was the Prince, who was a right giggle.
Excuse me, that Wayne King there.
Wayne
isn't it?
King,
Oh,
who
we
has
just had
been
him.
very popular in England. He's been going there for 7 years. They like him over there. But the nice thing is Petula Clark in the middle, and she's just enjoying the most enormous success with The Sound of Music. Did that ever play here? The Sound of Music has a show?
I think, yes, it did. Yes, it
But
did.
the big nice thing about that is June Bronhill. She's playing the Mother Superior, and she's got London eating out of her cassock.
Is that right?
She's really a great success.
She's a wonderful lady. I have her on the show, and we do nothing but laugh. She's
Well,
just
what I was going to say is marvellous with that voice, and she's a very funny woman.
Yes.
Very funny woman.
Notoriously, opera singers are supposed to not have a sense of humor or something
I think
like
they
that.
do, really.
I think they do, too,
they
yes.
do.
You really get along. Speaking of the Prince of Wales, that enormous hotel house that
My
you...
pub.
Your pub,
with all,
yes, that you live in.
Oh,
There
this,
it is,
yes.
there. What's that called?
That Walton Hall, yes.
That's
There's
an
been a
old-
property there 1,000 years old. 1,000 years. I think I started it, put the first brick down.
And what did you do? You rebuilt that place?
Well, I
renovated, I mean.
To use I tarted it up a bit. I liked it because it has a lot of history, and it's near Stratford-on-Avon. And the original Prince of Wales with Lily Langtry, they used to have fun weekends there.
Tell me
you
about...
know the kind of fun weekend.
I've heard Lily Langtry mentioned
Yes.
that. I always know she's a legend, sort of like...
Yes.
She was a singer, wasn't she?
Great, no, an actress.
An actress.
An actress.
What era are we talking about?
We're
Lily
going
Langtry?
from just before the turn of the century. She lived to be 70. She died, quite recently. She died in the 40s with a great track record behind her, like a lovely racehorse. Yeah. She did it all. She didn't win all the races, but she had a bloody good try.
Yes. And which Prince of Wales was she with?
Well, who became Edward.
Edward.
Yes.
And
he was
and they lived together at that place that you...
Well, far be it from me to say that a prince would have illicit rendezvous with a lady, you know.
Well, you don't
they
say it,
shook
I'll say it.
hands there. Yes, they had it off there.
Did they?
Yes, they went there. There's a very interesting story. They went there several weekends, and she would stay and write him letters. And then the young wife of the house arrived one day, met her, and apparently, as it has its history, he sent her 2 white horses, the wife, and the husband shot them.
Just shot the horses?
Yes, shot them, and they're buried on the front lawn, just in front of that building you saw. And apparently, I'm told, sometimes on very misty nights, she is seen having a ride, is that an expression? Over the lawns, riding the horse with another. I've never been pissed enough, so I don't know. Do they use that word?
It's the best time to see it. Tell me about the act now. In the act, you're doing you're doing somebody new. This is we got that photo there of Dolly. There it is. Look at that. That's
Yes, a big future, new. I saw Dolly in Vegas earlier this year, and I thought, I've got to do Dolly.
She's wonderful,
incredible, and it's an hourglass figure. It's got padded bum, padded boobs. I think somebody made her.
Yes.
And of the money she earns, I wish somebody would make me like that. $350,000 a week she gets. You know?
She is absolutely astounding. Oh,
The
we
other
had her
lady
here.
is Midler, Bette Midler.
Ah, yes.
But the lady I'm really pleased with, and I hope she's going to do a good job this next couple of weeks, is Mrs. Thatcher. See, all the glitter is fine, and I'm doing Mrs. Thatcher. You see. Can I rephrase that?
Yes.
I've invited her into my group of ladies. She's seen it. She quite likes it. The Iron Maiden, as we call her at home.
Do any of them ever complain to you? Do any of them ever make a stink? Because
Not really, because I try to make them giggle, you know, fun. And I think if we can have a laugh, the world is very dreary, Don, as you know. Every time you see everything and people are dying, riots and everything, our country is going through a very bad time. It'll come up again. It's a great country, tiny, but it'll come up. But I think people want to laugh, and nobody really complains, because I go on and make people laugh. And when they see me, the Shirley Bassies, the Dolly Partons, Marlene has seen me work, and she likes it very much.
Oh, that's terrific.
And when you think now that she is 80 years old, 82, and a legend. I mean, where are they going to come from anymore? Where are the Mae West, the Dietrichs, where are all these marvellous ladies? We have Vanessa Redgraves and people like that.
Somebody will come along. What you say about laughing, I really think that's the truth. If people always remember stuff they laugh at more than they remember anything. I don't know why that is.
Tears we always want to forget. We have enough tears, don't we?
You're up at Tweed Heads. You're going up to Queensland. That Twin Towns room up there.
Yes.
Lovely place.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Looking forward. My first time ever appearing in a club in this country.
Well,
many theatres have theatres.
You can't pick better places than you've got here. You've got
Yes.
Tweed Heads, Revesby Workers' Club, Newcastle Workers' Club. Those are all huge, very modern places. Terrific. Adelaide, November 9th. Perth, the 16th of November. And the Comedy Theatre down here.
Yes.
You will love it down here, starting on the 23rd of November. Danny LaRue, ladies
Thank you
and
very
gentlemen. Only one of the best. That's all.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Stay here. I love it. We'll be back. The wheel's coming up. Okay.
Tonight on Don's Wheel, you could win this exciting new Toyota Corona CS manual sedan, valued at $8,176 on the road. Your new Toyota comes to you with the compliments of Pit Stop Motors, South Garrison, Kilda and Elsternwick, one of Australia's leading Toyota dealers. And remember, Pit Stop Motors want your business. And the Marantz Aztec 30 home music system, valued at around $1,300. All components are coordinated perfectly, providing great Marantz sound for your home. And from the Australian Bullion Company, gold to the value of $1,200, guaranteed 99.99% pure. Gold is an investment you can appreciate while it appreciates. And the 7-day holiday for two in Madang. Fly Air Niugini's Bird of Paradise jet to Madang, the South Pacific the way it used to be. Or this Pure Heat package of 2 electric space heaters from the Pure Heat range of 19 different models, plus $350 cash to help warm up your winter.
That's blue.
Yes, so why not?
It's really a bright blue.
Well, blue eyes, you see. Really blue. Guess who just stopped
Not
me
a lot of
and grabbed me and said, "So nice to see you."
Who?
Danny LaRue.
Did he?
Yeah. He's a nice man, isn't he?
He's terrific.
Mauve shirt and everything.
Yes. No, he was nice. Nice.
He said a very funny thing to me. He said, "I've been watching a bit of television and listening to some radio whilst I've been here the last couple of days." He said, "It's a pity to see you out of work, isn't it?" Funny.
It's a shame you're not on everything. Right?
Are you well?
Yes, I'm very well.
You
thank
stayed in your cowboy gear.
Well, what's the use of changing? I was only going to sit around and talk to people anyway, so you may as well be casual.
Looks good.
Yeah?
Looks good. That's
Howdy.
nice.
Howdy.
Howdy, boy.
Howdy.
We've got 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, Peter Feynman is going to cut us off. Cut us off at our prime.
Is that right?
Exactly 8 minutes, not a second. Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
Isn't that right?
Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Our first contestant, Don, is Mary... Don. There you go. Is Mary Harris of Doubton Street in
Hello,
North
Mary.
Ballarat.
How are you?
Hello, Mary. Nice to see you, my love. Used to see you. Used to see you. This is Don.
Come stand in here and we can talk with you. How you doing?
That's good. Just between the three of us, who is the best kisser then, Don or myself?
Both the same.
Both the same.
Both the same.
Oh, good. Both disappointed.
We both got training in the same place.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
What number do you want?
Number 5, thanks.
Number 5. Any particular reason for number 5?
It's my birthday.
Your birthday.
When?
The 5th of what?
5th of September.
Oh,
5th
it's
of
gone.
September. Oh,
What
it's
a
gone.
pity. If you'd been here, we could have done something
Whisper in my
special.
ear how old you were.
60?
No, you're not supposed to.
Oh, I tell you, what a magnificent 60.
Let me see. Yeah, you look terrific.
Oh, indeed. As a matter of fact, the two of you make quite a nice couple. In the same age group and
Yeah,
everything.
sure, yeah.
Around here, Mary. Down that way, and we really hope it's
Mary,
the car.
stand on the side over here and give it a big spin because we hope you get a car.
I hope it's
Okay,
the
come
car.
on now. Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's go.
So. We don't want a question. We'll just take it now, thank you. We'll take the car.
That's wonderful. You know how to stop a car.
Tonight, may I choose the question? Just stay there 1 second. I'll choose the question. Don't leave. Whatever you do, don't move.
Stay over there. Bert's got to pick the question.
I'll choose the question.
Well, I'll tell you the rules in a minute. You got a chance to win a car.
Yeah. Yep, that one. Definite question number 2.
Yes?
You have got a car. No worries. And by the way...
Wait, excuse me just a minute.
I am not
Come
allowed...
just
Just a sec, Mary.
Excuse me.
I'm not allowed to help in any way.
I think that's easier than that.
No, number 2, definitely, Don. Please trust me. You've never trusted me before, but trust me. Trust me, please, Don. Trust me. Trust me.
I've trusted you my whole career. Why wouldn't I trust you now?
Don't be terrified.
Listen, I'm going
Think
to
of
ask...
lovely things.
I'm
Think
going
of, just imagine if you didn't want the car. I mean, you could sell the car and you could go for exotic trips to America, California, Here I Come, and see all wonderful places.
I'm going to ask you this question now. And then don't answer right away because we're going to give you 30 seconds of think music.
Nice quiet music too, chaps. Nothing to bare the soul.
30 seconds of think music, and then
I tell you what, Mary, there's plenty of you, isn't there? Very enjoyable too.
You should talk. And then I'll ask you the question again. Okay?
We know the rules, Don. Get on with it.
Okay. In which one of the United States was the former TV and film actor Ronald Reagan elected governor in 1966? I'll repeat it. In which one of the United States was the former TV and film actor Ronald Reagan elected governor in 1966? You get 30 seconds of think music. Here you go.
Try something else. Flowers bloom in the spring.
That's, Mary, that's 30 seconds.
Each morning at dawning, birdies sing and the sun kiss this scent of feeling. That's why I can hardly wait. Open up! Those garden gates.
You can't.
But you're thinking of think of the song I'm singing. Think, sump, here I come. Look. Hey, I think... Hang on a sec, Don.
That's right, they'll never find the question.
There's something wrong with that camera. I think it's going to black out. Look at the way it's going. I've got a feeling that's going... It's going... It's going weird. Okay. It's come good. See, slowly...
It's all right.
Just to be fair to everybody, you should ask the question again.
All right, I'll ask you the question one more time, okay?
That's the Peter Payman.
I'll ask you the question one more time. In the 1960 Olympics, which runner was... No, I'm sorry. In which of the United States was the former TV and film actor Ronald Reagan elected governor in 1966?
Yes, of course you may. They're right out there. I'll hang on to you, love. I'll hang on to everything that's going.
Mary wants to say hello to her family.
They're right out there.
Hello, Edenhope, Burwood, Sunbury and Ballarat.
Unusual names for a family. But thanks, Mary, and I'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you.
God bless
Okay,
you.
we'll see
There
you next
go.
Thursday and you'll get the car. Here, let him help you out. Also tonight...
What about a round of applause?
Yeah.
Come on, hey,
Also
Also tonight on
Dance
Dance Wheel, we have a chance to win these fabulous prizes. You can win a week's holiday for two at the new Greenmount Gold Coast Super Resort. Flying with TAA the friendly way, Greenmount offers loads of facilities for a really memorable holiday.
Flowers blooming in
Also,
spring.
Hitachi frost-free side-by-side refrigerator freezer with large capacity plus all the latest features. Hitachi, where quality comes first. Also from Carpet Call, your choice of superb quality Homfray carpet to the value of $1,500. Carpet Call's enormous buying power gives you great savings. And this Doug Thorley Viscount camping trailer, which is easy to tow, easy to stow, and sells for around $4,000. And it comes to you with the compliments of Doug Thorley Viscount Caravans of Faulkner.
You're kidding. You wouldn't kid a fella, would you?
No commercial break?
No commercial
thank
break. We
God
got to know
for
who's
that.
on the phone.
Okay, Don.
We got to give one of these away. These are the new things that they've got. This is part of our organization. I suppose one of the segments of our organization. They're cassettes. You know, you can buy all sorts of different things. And these are the grand finals that you can buy. You know, they got the pre-game thing and all that in them. But they said in here...
What, from this year?
Yeah.
Well, that's terrific, isn't it, eh?
Yeah, you get the grand final. This is the Parramatta Newtown one from up in Sydney, and that's the Collingwood... Carlton one.
Gosh, you forget easily.
And it's got the new sub, but it also says cassettes are answerable, require them tomorrow. They want us to send them back tomorrow, but they want us to give them away tonight.
We'll give them
too.
away now.
Yeah, sure, give them away.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute.
Who's
Save one for the contestant on the phone from New South Wales and give one to a Victorian
Yeah,
down
sure.
here. That's all right.
Who follows Collingwood? Now, you promise you... Do you follow Collingwood? Okay, darling. Nice to see you. Okay.
And whoever's on the phone will
And
send
who-
this one up to them.
and
But
who
they
makes
said
them
we
once
should send
again?
it back.
Who's they, though? Who's they?
International Sports Video.
You know who owns that?
Who?
Kerry Packer. It's Kerry's.
No, it's all right. Give it away.
It's his own organisation.
Hey, what does he care? He's got $1 million of them. The man's worth a couple of $1 million. Here.
He's saying.
What do you think? He's going to worry about it? It's all right. It doesn't matter.
I say he's in England, of course.
He's
Oh,
what?
he's in England.
How'd you know that?
Our second contestant,
It's
Don.
90 minutes. Anyway, that one's 120. This one's 90, and you can get them. And they got a lot of other things you can get, too. This is a plug.
How long is that?
This is 90 minutes.
How long is that?
120.
They must have played faster in Sydney.
Yes, they
did.
did.
Our second contestant is Carleen Hinks of Illawarra Street in Howrah in Tasmania, Don. Carleen.
Hello, Carleen.
That's all right.
You play for Carleen. We
Okay, Carleen Hinks of Illawarra Street in Howrah, and I'm going to take
What would you like
today's...
to win tonight, Carleen? What's your favorite number?
I would like you to choose. The number is coming to me now. A number is coming to me now. It's coming to me very, very strongly.
Yes.
Number 7 is coming to me. Number 7.
Right, okay.
For a change, you spin and see what happens, Don.
Okay, I'll
Number
spin on
7.
There we go. Oh, very...
It's number 19. Carleen, you will love this, number 19.
Yes, Bert.
Carleen, you are...
Yes, Bert. I watch you all the time. I love Ferdy's Supper Quiz.
It's Ford Super Quiz.
Ford Supper Quiz.
This
I
is-
like it when you say, do you want the prism or the money?
This is the TAA Dunk Island holiday. It's for
Yes.
1 week. You can go with your friend or your husband or whatever. You'll fly there and back with TAA. It's approximately 1,800 kilometres from Brisbane. And it's a holiday for 2, and you'll enjoy your week there.
Isn't that fantastic?
I'll
you want
answer.
to ask me a question?
You ask me the question.
Oh,
See
I'll
how
ask
good
you-
I am.
Yes, all right. Go ahead. I'll ask you the question.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. What's the name given to the boats that travel along the canals in Venice, Italy?
Gondolas.
Huh?
Gondolas.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
I'll take the present, number 9. Also, if you'd like to be on Don's wheel, this is the address. And get out! Talk that barge! Look that barge. Get out. All right, around we go.
What do we do now? There's no football.
No football on the week. Are you playing anyone?
Oh,
on the
but
weekend?
Channel 9's running the South Australia Grand Final.
Oh, who's playing off?
Glen Elg and...
Not Woodville, eh?
I can't think of the other one. Huh? I can't think of the other one. Anyway, they're all...
How did we go, by the way, for time? Pretty good, eh? Pretty good.
Not
We're
bad.
good
Giving a
lads when
car
we
away
tried.
and everything, we're pretty close.
We've got Raina Linz of Gold Street in good old Brunny.
And I've got V. Castro.
My God. Fidelity. Yes.
from Bass Hill. They're
Bass
over
Hill,
here.
yes,
Power
he's
to
good,
the
good
people.
friend.
Yes,
Have a
good.
nice weekend. Good night, everybody.
Bert Newton, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. I got to give away one of these. Don't go away. Whoa! You make it so easy. You make it so free. I never thought that I'd feel so good inside and still feel me. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'd like to thank my guests tonight, Danny LaRue, Rod McEwen, and my good friend Tom Waits. Tom couldn't stay late with us tonight because he had to get away early. He's the guest speaker at tonight's Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Good night. And to all my friends that have trouble hearing my deaf friends, I love your faces. Okay? See you. Good night, everybody.